All right, let's try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Royce. I am your runner. Hopefully, I got the audio issues solved. We're going to see what's going on here. I'm actually going to roll up the audio. And all right. Awesome. It is fixed. Okay. I have no I just had to reboot my sound equipment. Every so often it doesn't want to talk to the computer, and I'm not quite sure why. But anyway, yes, my name is Royce. I am your runner, and it's been months since I've said that. It's been months. And I haven't done a whole lot in airsoft for the past few months. Part of the reason is because, at least in Colorado, I'm a little heartbroken right now. And it's not because the field that I used to go to and used to frequent caught fire and kind of burned, which was a bad situation, admittedly. But that's not why I'm heartbroken in Colorado. I'm kind of heartbroken at the present moment because there's not really a community in Colorado anymore that I know of. There are people that show up to fields and play, but I don't get a true sense of community and camaraderie, which is what I think was what a lot of the players who showed up to Kiowa Creek were looking for, was community and camaraderie, which was very nice to be around. I'm starting to realize that's kind of just a rarity. And a few, a few members of the Kiowa Creek crew and I went out to a local airsoft field a while back. And I've already had problems with this field before. And I didn't want to go back, but that's where my buddies are going to go, so that's where I'm going to go, right? Well, I don't believe I will ever darken the doorstep of Go Airheads Airsoft Field in Erie, Colorado again. My 2 mile time at this point in my life is probably closer to about 45 minutes. I don't go anywhere unless I can drive. No, Go Airheads Airsoft Field in Erie, Colorado has a number of problems that made it very, very hard it makes it very hard for me to want to go there, and it makes it very hard for me to do this video. I don't like calling out fields or calling out players or doing cheater videos, or I don't like doing any of that on my channel. I don't like cheater videos for airsoft on my channel. And it's really hard when I go to Go Airheads Airsoft Field. It really sucks because there are so many people there not calling their hits, blind firing, blatantly violating the field rules, that it pushed me to my limits the last time I went there. And I was there with a few of my buddies, and all of us in that group, my 15-year-old nephew was with us, my 15-year-old nephew Michael, and even I told him, I was like, well, players at this field, they're not like the players that were at Kiowa. And even he noticed it. So let's get into some of the issues that I have with Go Airheads. Okay. First, I am going to start off with the good things about Go Airheads, because there are good things. Okay. And and they're very good things. They're not just like mildly okay. No, they're very good things. One, I do not think that the field layout is horrible. I've had a lot of people that I know, they want to trash talk it. They want to say, oh, well, it could be better, this, that, and the other. No, it's actually not a horrible layout, and it's kind of fun. It really is. The field itself is actually a fun field to run around and play on. I love that they have a tech shop and they have a full-on airsoft shop right there. So if you need to walk in and buy BBs, or if you just so happen to bring a certain amount of money with you, you could walk in and buy a brand new airsoft replica. And their selection there is actually ridiculously good too. They've got just a great shop. I guess one of my buddies wants to know when I'm going live, so I need to tell him that I already am. And I am a bit upset. Yeah, Jess, I don't know. Ever since I set this up. By the way, for those of you wondering what this is actually a set for a podcast that I'm doing with my buddy twice a week. If you guys want to know about that, I'll talk about it at the end of the show, and I'll see if anybody wants to know about that. It's not airsoft related at all. Okay, guys, I don't know with the program that I'm using right now if it will let me bring people into the video. This software, I believe, has the capabilities for it, but I have not checked that out. If we want to do a video where people want to talk about this, Matt, I know Matt's messaging me right now. If you want to get in on this, I'm always willing to do like a podcast during the week, a runner podcast during the week, talking about airsoft, things that we love, things that we hate, like once a week. And if people want that to happen, I will bring on friends of mine from the local airsoft community. I will do like cell phone videos, so that way I can bring on people who are from other parts of the country. I apologize, guys. This software is just not where, and my wife is being weird right now. So so again, what did I cover? Oh, Go Airheads Airsoft Field. Their field is actually really good. Their field is really, really good. I like it. A lot of people don't. A lot of people think it's lackluster. I think it's really nice. There's a couple of things I could tweak with it here and there, but I don't think the field is bad. They have a really good shop in there. They have a wide variety of airsoft replicas that you can buy. And the other thing that I really love that they do, and they do it like twice a year, once at the beginning of the summer, once at the end of the summer, they do swap meets. Bring your stuff down, sell your old gear, buy somebody else's old gear, buy, sell, trade stuff. They're selling a bunch of their stuff, and you get really good deals, and you actually meet a lot of really interesting people. And I know that they do that for the community to help the community out, as well as clear out some of, the lost and found items or items that people just dropped off and never picked up. And they do it to clear out some of that too. But they give a really nice, like, safe place for young airsofters and airsofters of all ages to come and trade their gear, because let's face it, you meet somebody on Craigslist and then you go and meet in the middle of a Walmart parking lot somewhere, you get a little sketchy. I've done that before, just because the drive was ridiculous. So, you kind of meet people halfway. Those are the three things that I love about about the establishment. Is their field layout's not bad. It's actually pretty fun, in my personal opinion. I do like their shop. I love the ability to go in, buy BBs, buy masks, buy gloves, buy replicas, buy anything that you would need. And I love that they do the swap meets for the community. But now we're going to get into the bad. And I know everybody's like, come on, spill the dirt, spill the dirt. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't like talking trash about players on my channel. I don't like talking trash about fields on my channel. I try to keep that away from the channel. Yeah, there are things that are frustrating sometimes, but I feel that by constantly bringing those up on my airsoft channel, I'm just like egging on the problem, and I don't like that. But I was pushed to my limit last time I played at Go Airheads. The first problem that they have at the field is they cultivate a community that is okay with breaking rules. They cultivate a community that is okay with being vulgar and very hostile on the airsoft field. And it's weird because there's already a certain amount of hostility on an airsoft field, although it's, not genuine hostility. And the biggest problem that they have, I have at that field, is how it's managed and reffed, the culture that they cultivate there, and the safety problems that they have. Let's start off with probably the most egregious thing, their safety issues. Okay. If you are in, oh my gosh, Cameron Denny is in here. Holy crap. What's going on, Pockets? If you are in the safety zone, which is behind obviously you're not out on the field. You're in the safety zone. You're behind the glasses on sign. They will allow you to pull your barrel bags off, and as long as you shoot over the fence in a certain area, you're still behind the safety zone. You can shoot as much as you want as long as you're shooting over the fence, because that's not in the safety zone. I have a massive problem with any field that says it is okay to pull your barrel bags off and discharge your airsoft replicas in essentially the blind man zone, right? The blind man zone being the zone in which you can take your glasses off. If you lose your glasses in a game, it would be called blind man on the field, so I'll just call it the blind man, the safety zone. Any field that says it's okay to remove your barrel bags and start shooting, oh, but it's over the fence, so it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. Safety does matter. Eyes don't grow back. And I have a severe problem with this, and it's rampant at the field. It's rampant at the field. Kids just go over and they just pull their barrel bags off, and they have to stand in this certain area. But I'm sitting there going, okay, what if they bring their rifle back over the fence and they just start letting a few fly? I have a serious issue with these things. That's not good. And that is a huge risk to myself and other players who are out there. In addition to that, there are a couple of areas, not many, one in particular that I can think of, that there's no netting, there's no webbing, and it's an entryway onto the field that stray BBs could fly through the door and actually hit somebody out of the game. Now, I'm hoping that they get that specific entryway fixed. It's on the north side of their field as you walk past the house, because it's on a person's property. And it's easy. I think last time myself and a lot of the Kiowa guys were there, I literally heard BBs bouncing off the wall, and I grabbed somebody and I pulled them closer to me. It might have been Pockets. I think it was Pockets. And I grabbed Pockets. For those of you who don't know, it's Cameron. I call him that for inside joke reasons. But I grabbed him and I pulled him closer, and I was like, dude, get the hell out of the line of sight of that doorway. You're going to get hit with a BB. And we're all standing out there BSing with our glasses off. Now, I'm hoping that they get that issue solved, because that's an egregious problem that I have with that field. The second problem that I have with the field, and this one is, I have a problem with a field that they call their players up for a game, and then they let their players, so you're walking up, you're on the field, you have your iPro on, and during that time, it's not game time, but everyone is firing their BBs. Everyone. And then the field ref has to sit there and yell at the players because he's 17 or whatever. And the treatment of the players too. It's the treatment of the players by the refs too is not, I am not a fan of how the refs speak to the players on any level. I don't care if you're speaking to children. I don't care if you're speaking to a full-grown adult. You are at a business establishment. But anyway. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat as well. The players are just allowed to fire and shoot off, and hell, most of them probably waste half of their ammo before the game even starts. You can't even safely walk up to the briefing area for the game without getting worried about getting tagged by a bunch of rounds. And don't get me wrong, we all have our gear on and stuff like that, but it's just not courteous. The game's not on at that point. Nobody should be firing, and nobody should be firing so many. I mean, if there's a shooting range where you need to test to make sure it's going to pop off once or twice, I understand that, but this rampant disrespect that they allow their players to have for other people around them prior to game briefing is absolutely atrocious. Now I'm going to get into the one thing that if they changed this one thing at Go Airheads, and there's a lot of things in this thing, there's a lot of subcategories in what I'm about to name. If they change this one thing at Go Airheads, they could fix all of the problems with their field. And that is the code and conduct of their refs. I know a lot of people are wanting me to get into this subject, and I lost the chat because my phone. The code and conduct of the refs, as I already briefly touched on. Is there a problem with that? No, I don't believe there was a problem with that at Kiowa, as far as I know. Well, and lunatic, that's what I'm doing. I'm refusing to go back. But I want to get the word out there so other people don't go back, because this really, I would love to open my own field, and I have thought about it, but I just don't know if I have enough equity in my house right now to pull off buying some land. If I could, I would. If I could afford it, I would absolutely open my own field in a freaking heartbeat. The staff, the refs at Go Airheads. Okay, sorry, I'm keeping up with the chat. Let's keep this going. The referees, the field marshals, or whatever the hell you want to call them, I'm not quite sure what they're doing there and why this establishment is wasting their money on them. The referees berate and berate the customers all the time. You know, kids are allowed to yell, hoot, and holler before game briefing and talk, and then all of a sudden some 17-year-old kid shows up and goes, Hey, I want you guys quiet. I'm tired of having to talk over you guys today. You're just wearing on my nerves. I don't think anybody at any business establishment should speak to their patrons that way. You cultivate this culture that you claim you're so sick of. You cultivate this culture, and then you yell and you scream at children. They're children. Most of the player base at Go Airheads are children. I would say any like 15 and under. And you yell at them. You tell them that you're sick of them. You tell them that you're sick of their attitudes. You're tired of dealing with them. I have a massive problem with any establishment telling their patrons that they're tired of dealing with them. If that's the case, then kick the people off of your field. Oh, wait, that's right. We haven't even gotten to gameplay violations yet. So after we go through the game briefing, which is a slew of people just randomly firing in any direction that they feel like, and the game ref telling the patrons how tired of them he is. Yeah. We now get into gameplay. And the refs then go and they walk and they stand on top of this old like lean-to, like farm, this for a lean-to for people who don't know what a lean-to is, it's where you would keep animals, cattle, sheep, things like that. It's not a barn, it's smaller than that, but they get on top of this old lean-to, and two of them will stand up there in the middle of the field where they cannot see anything or hear any players' complaints. Then, while they're up there and they're listening to, while they're up there and they're talking and they're BSing, God help it if a stray BB goes up and hits one of the field refs on top of their lifeguard stand. God help people. watch your fire. We're not playing the game. You guys need to watch your fire. And it's like, what? You're a freaking ref at an airsoft field and you're going to get that heated over catching a flyer? We used to purposefully shoot at the refs at Kiowa just because we knew we could. Now they also knew us well enough too, and we also knew what we could get away with. You know, it wasn't like all of us were lighting the refs up. It was like, oh, ref, one BB, and then we'd go back to shoot, and they'd go, where the hell did that BB come from? And then we'd laugh about it afterwards. This isn't that. These are people getting upset that a stray flyer has come over and hit them, and they're mad because you're not supposed to get hit with an airsoft BB in an airsoft field, I guess. I don't actually know. Now, on top of them doing that, which just degrades the player base even more, if they see anything, and by seeing anything, a player trying to move a small piece of cover or anything that they shouldn't be, they don't actually get down from their lifeguard stand and go and say, hey, this is not okay. You cannot move this. This is not an intended piece of cover to be moved. Or, hey, dude, we have these boards here for a reason. Please do not move them. No, they don't go up and handle it one-on-one. They shout across the field as if a person hunkered down in a school bus with BBs pinging off all around them is going to be able to hear them. And I witnessed this. I watched this happen. And they just scream at somebody across the field, and 9 times out of 10, the person across the field has no idea that this guy's even screaming because they're in the middle of a firefight. So you now have that. You now have them purposefully yelling if there's a flyer and also yelling again across the field and not handling the issue. My final problem is that they have this freaking lifeguard stand that they're allowed to stand on. And the rampant amount of people not calling hits, blind firing incessantly. Literally, unless you're within maybe 10 feet of their little perch, you can get away with some serious stuff, and people do all of the time. All of the time. And there's not a ref around to help any of the players. There were 5 of us hunkered down in a bunker. I was excited. I was going to record, but I won't put cheater videos up on my channel. I think that they are toxic, and I think that they make airsoft look like a bunch of whiny little snot-nosed children, and I hate that. I couldn't use any of the footage. I couldn't use any footage from the 3 games that I took that day because of how bad it was. 5 of us. Myself, 2 people from Kiowa, and then another person that we ended up teaming up with were all screaming at people. No blind firing. There was a kid blatantly, he was just holding his replica around the door and just pulling the trigger. Just pulling the trigger into the thing, and we're like, dude, seriously? One of my buddies is, he's like, dude, I've been hit like 5 times, but I'm not going to call that. He's blind firing. So now you're pissing us off so bad. People who were generally pretty good to follow the rules. Hell, I was sitting there, and as soon as I saw his gun, I flipped it to full auto and pulled the trigger and shot at his replica because I was so pissed. And then I broke a rule because I was so pissed. I was so pissed that this was just happening. We're all screaming, watch your blind fire. Other people, the other half of our team is out there. They're going, dude, none of these people are calling their hits. We're watching them get hit. My nephew, my 15-year-old nephew, who I'm trying to introduce to the sport, is out there going, dude, what the hell is going on with these people? He's like, are they just like this all the time? And it was so bad. And the problem is this isn't the first time that I've had this happen at this field. It's not the second time I've had this happen. It's actually the third. It's actually the third time I've been to this field, and I've tried giving it a chance. Maybe it's changed. Maybe it's changed. Maybe it's changed. And it hasn't changed. Go Airheads Airsoft Field cultivates a community of cheaters. They cultivate a community of disrespect. And they cultivate a community of non-safety. They are perfectly fine with certain safety rules being violated. They are perfectly fine with certain players cheating as long as they show up and they know that they're going to be consistent. And they're perfectly fine with just having field refs that aren't engaged in the game at all. The one thing that could fix the problems on the field is you have two refs out there. So you have both refs. One goes to one side of the field, the other goes to the other side, and they walk back and forth. They walk to the middle of the front lines, and if somebody goes, call your hits, that ref goes up and says, hey, where are you shooting? And they go, I'm shooting over there. And the ref goes, shoot for me. And they go up and they shoot, and they go, okay, cool, thank you very much. And they walk up to that person, and they go, hey, you're out of the game. Get out. We don't do that. But no, instead, the refs are just allowed. Yeah, Matt's down here. Matt knows the game that I'm talking about. But instead, the refs are just allowed to stand on their lifeguard perch. They don't have to get out there. They don't have to help the players. They're not out there. They're not out there ensuring that cheating isn't violated. If somebody is cheating, it's up to you to go up to a ref and say, hey, this person is cheating. And then if that person gets a complaint from 3 different people on 3 different occasions, that person can just get kicked out of the field. They don't even go and verify that that person's cheating. So literally, if myself and sometimes on occasion, I will go and I will play with people from Kiowa, and we'll get a group of like 10 or 15 of us. And if there just so happens to be a player there that just is obnoxious, not cheating, but obnoxious, literally, I could coordinate with the people at Kiowa and go, he's obnoxious, right? And we're like, yeah, let's go get him kicked out. And then we'll just go tell the refs that this person was doing this or that or the other thing. And we could literally get a person kicked out of the field because they won't even go and verify it. I mean, they don't have to. They sit on their lifeguard stand. There's no reason to go verify. Why do our jobs when we can make the players do it for us? I can't go back to this field. I can't go back to this field. It pissed me off that bad. This is my hobby. This is something that I love to do. I love the problem that what gets me so mad when I can't use my airsoft video footage is because getting the game and then going home and then looking at it at the end and going, oh crap, that's what that guy got me from, or wow, I really did that thing. I did that stupid thing, and watching the videos. And you guys know I don't edit out the times I get hit. I am fully well aware of how much I die, but half of the fun for me is going home and grabbing the footage and putting it together and watching it and releasing it and going, hey guys, watch my airsoft adventures. Check this out. And I can't do that at Go Airheads. Their community there is a bunch of cheaters. They are. Their community is so rampant with cheating that it makes it impossible for a channel like mine, who I don't believe in cheater videos. I think that they are toxic to the community. Makes it impossible for me, a novice YouTuber, trying to just share my airsoft adventures with people. It makes it impossible for me to go take video at their field. I mean, hell, there are videos that I already put up videos online of my adventures at Go Airheads, and there weren't a lot of people on the field that day. Hell, half of us were from Kiowa, and the other half weren't. I mean, there's a couple of cheaters in the most recent gameplay videos that I had up. Go up and see. You'll actually find them. There's also, I'm pretty sure I also shot some of my own team members in those videos too. Oh, thanks, Darren. I buzzed it off myself in my bathroom like 3 days ago. But I've got 11 people down there in this conversation with me. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask before I get off? I'll give it probably about another 10, 15 minutes. If you guys got any questions you want to ask, pick my brain, have some conversation real quick. Let's do it. So there is about a 40-second delay in between me talking and you guys. So Darren, he's buying a Russian kit. No, I've been wanting to check out Justin. I've been wanting to check out all those fields. The Steel Reapers field and the Titan Airsoft field are about 2.5 to 3 hours away from me. And then the Raw games, been wanting to do that. No, Ish is awesome. Ish is awesome. Can Go Airheads be saved? Yeah, it can. If they tell their refs you can't be on your lifeguard stand anymore, you can't yell at people if you get caught by a stray BB, and you have to actually go out and monitor the players and catch people in the act as it happened. That could change that field. Yeah, no, Titan is out there for a lot of it. Is really far away for a lot of people. What other fields would I suggest in Colorado? I currently don't have any other fields in Colorado. I mean, Flatacre Farms. I've been there a couple times. It's not bad. It's not horrible at all. You're not going to get community there. You're going to get a lot of people complaining. But it's a fun field. I would suggest if you go, take a group of buddies and stick with your buddies all day, because that way it'll just make it fun. How far do I think the Airheads can get on the crap player base they have? I think that they are going to become the most successful field in Colorado, because Go Airheads is very much used as a daycare. They have a lot of younger players. I see many parents. They bring their children in, they drop them off for the day, and then they leave. And with that mentality of parents just dropping their kids off, they don't, they don't have to answer to anybody. So I think as long as it's parents spending their money, I don't believe that Go Airheads will be going out anytime soon. I think that Go Airheads will continue to be one of the most successful fields in Colorado, regardless of the player base. Yeah, Titan, kind of weird. I haven't been down there, and I know a lot of people who have been rubbed the wrong way by the owner of Titan. I can't say anything about him personally because I've only ever had a run-in with him like once or twice, and he just, I don't know. I didn't get anything from him. He's just a person that I met. So no comment on that. But I am working on building a kit to run my new MP5s. Oh, here, you know what? If you guys will give me just a second, I can show you my new MP5s for those of you who haven't seen them. Yay, MP5s. Yeah, I was actually able to grab both of these guys here for $120 off of Craigslist. Darren's down in the chat. He was mad at me. When I did this, but yeah, old MP5 is gonna work on these guys. Gonna get them up. I need to get in touch with Ross DeMidio. Because I'm probably going to have to get a couple of Gate Titans and a few other parts in these to really get them running the way that I want to. I love MP5s. I love them as SMGs. I love having an SMG platform. I love having a standard rifle platform. I love having a sniper platform and a pistol platform. I don't have a SAW platform yet, or a DMR platform, primarily because I don't see the point in a DMR platform. But I don't have a SAW yet. Justin, have a good night, man, and thank you so much for tuning in. Just keep it awesome, and we'll hopefully I get some videos up soon. Maybe we'll find a landowner, and maybe us Kiowa guys can all go have a private game. you know, that's it. We'll all go have a private game, see if we can get a landowner to let us use some land somewhere. Yeah. And this, a lot of people get jealous at me for this one, is the MP5 SD. They don't really make these anymore. I know they don't make this one anymore. This one's a pain in the butt to get to the gearbox. You actually have to pull the lower off, pull the stock off, pull the front off, and then once you pull all that off, then you have to separate the upper like a clamshell. It's pretty ridiculous. Oh, you guys keep trying to sell me crap. How much you want for it? Stop trying to sell me crap. I still owe you money, Darren, for that sniper and that pistol. Yeah, so anyway, show these off to you guys. I love them. Excuse me. And now Bill's egging me on to buy the 249. Yay. More stuff that I can't afford. I don't know if there's any, if you guys have any other questions for me, questions about my experiences at Go Airheads, any questions, any things that you've noticed there that I didn't cover, yeah, let me know, guys. I'll be on for just a minute or so longer. I don't want to PM you later. I want to know now. It's so funny to watch me in the past. Because like I said, this is all 40 seconds behind. I'm not playing anywhere else these days because I don't know where to play. I genuinely don't know where to play. Titan, I drive a lot during the week. Now, I don't drive as much as like Convoy Bebop. But there's a lot of driving involved in my job. So I drive about 1,000 miles a week, which translates to probably, God, I don't even know, 15 hours. I mean, if I'm working a 60-hour week, I'm probably driving like 20 of that. So I do a lot of driving. I have a lot of tabs right now, Bill. And that's why I have a problem with going to some of these fields that are just so ridiculously far away. I mean, Flat Acres, to get down to Flat Acres, yeah, it would only be an hour and a half to 2 hours to get down to Flat Acres for me, depending on traffic. But then they also have like the $25 admission, and they're just a pain. Titan is 2.5 hours away, which adds up to a total of 5 hours worth of driving. I mean, I might get there. I might go play for 3 or 4 hours and then drive home. I mean, I'm literally going to be driving more than I'm going to be playing Airsoft. I have a lot of Airsoft tabs open right now. I told Darren not to give me stuff. I think I have like 3 Airsoft tabs open right now. I have Convoy, Bebop, Darren, and Matt that we know. Oh, yeah, you're just doing tow truck now, huh? I think we could do something like that. I would be down with that, dude. Get a Kiowa day going, you know. Get BB Matt. You know, get all the mats. There's like 3 of them now. Get all the mats. Get Cameron, Darren, Old Fart, and myself, and then all the other. See if Brian Pooley wouldn't mind going out. I mean, we get a. Yeah, I'm good with it, dude. Get all the Kiowa guys, and we get out to Titan, and we just steamroll the shiznit out of them. I would be absolutely cool with that. We'll have to set it up. I have to buy a battery charger because my battery charger is dead, and I'm pretty sure my batteries are dead. So I might have to buy a battery charger and then go buy batteries. So we're going to see where that is. I don't know about this weekend. Again, batteries on my replicas are dead right now. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I need to get a battery charger like ASAP. But now I got people trying to sell me stuff in the chat. If people trying to get me to go hang out. If people genuinely talking crap about me. Bill, you left Colorado, but you should totally come back, bro. It was awesome having you out on the field. But anyway, yeah, guys. I think I'm going to call it for the night and turn in. I got to get up early for work tomorrow. But yeah, those are the problems that I have with Go Airheads. I think that they could be a great field that cultivates a great community. I think they just choose not to because that would violate their daycare rules that they have or something. You know, don't piss off the kids, because if you piss them off, you're not going to get mommy and daddy's money again. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you have enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you all right back here next time on Runner Airsoft. Peace out.